Good afternoon. Today I will be talking about my personal philosophy in leadership and how this course has helped me solidify some of my strengths and weaknesses. My personal philosophy has a lot to do with open dialogue and communication. I think that in creating a sense of solidarity for the whole group, people get a general sense of what the goal is, and I feel like they're more inclined to help. I also have high expectations for people in my group. As a leader, I always try to create the best example, not only in like academic settings, but personal life and work ethic. I always try to do my best so that people can always say that, well, either she's someone that I aspire to be like. But I do think because of this, I would say perfectionism is a big weakness of mine, and minor details tend to really mess up my work ethic essentially. Sometimes I get so caught up in the minor details that I completely forget about the whole goal because I want everything to be 100%, like it cannot be any better. However, perfection is definitely subjective, and most of the time I probably am just drowning out the actual goal with tiny details that nobody really cares about. So I definitely think my other strengths has to do with letting everyone kind of use their own strengths to incorporate into the group goal. I definitely think everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, and I think by allowing people to explore what they're good at, they obviously want to do more and be into the group, into the goal as much as they can. When you give somebody work that they don't want to do, they're just not going to do it. And I think by letting them, creatively and create something that they want, it definitely helps the productivity. This course has helped me improve solely on the basis of the quizzes. I think they have definitely been a big help to me because it has helped me hone in on things that I didn't know I was good at or things that I didn't know I was bad at. I had like a general sense of what my strengths and weaknesses were, but I think in terms of like communication and a social and emotional intelligence, it helped me a lot to see things from other people's perspective and lenses. I think the discussion post also helped me see everyone else's leadership styles, so that in this way I was able to compare and contrast, like what are they good at and what am I not good at, and what are they doing to help themselves. I think in that discussion post they also did a lot of improvement things that would help them in the future, and I definitely took a lot of ideas from there and kind of tried to implement them in my extracurricular activities. I would say overall my biggest improvement would be listening to others genuinely. I think as when I first started this semester as a leader, I was not very open to or receptive to other people's opinions, because I kind of had a vision, and if the vision wasn't how I envisioned it, then I didn't really want to hear anybody else's thoughts. But I think in my extracurricular activities, I have definitely been more open to allowing people's ideas to come through, and it has definitely helped me into creating more creative outputs for the people in the groups. I think people also just really like being heard, and even if I don't necessarily take their ideas, they want to make sure that as president or mentor, that I am actually helping them be heard. People join groups all the time because they want like that sense of solidarity, and if I can't give it to them, then what's the point of joining the group? My future plans to move into more ethical or to become a better leader essentially, I think would definitely be to take on bigger leadership roles. I think pushing yourself into uncomfortable boundaries definitely helps, and I think going into areas that you're not sure, or in areas that you lack. So I know public speaking is a difficult one for me, so I think it would be interesting if I decided to like take a public speaking course, or purposely join like the International Student Association and join as vice president, or something that requires me to continuously work and define these skills. I also think it's important to join leadership roles that have a diverse group. I know in a lot of leadership goals, people that you're leaders with tend to kind of have the same personality, or they kind of like everyone has the same facets. Like you're all there to be good leaders. But I think when you join groups, or when you become a leader of a group where people aren't necessarily that excited about public speaking, or like they're just not good at being social, I think it really pushes you into a place where you are required to actually like look at your weaknesses in the eyes and say like, yo, this is something I have to improve on in order to help these people in my group. The biggest TED Talk that has helped me with my leadership, her name is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and she is a Nigerian feminist writer. In her TED Talk, she does talk about feminism, but she also talks about being a leader in the Nigerian community, and how a lot of traditional and hegemonic norms have kind of confined her into what a leader should be. She talks a lot about how she had to break those chains, and how traditional roles weren't set up to help women. They were made to keep women down. And so she struggled a lot with Nigerian society and how they saw her. They thought that she was manly and bossy and overpowering, but it was essentially this that had helped her become such a great writer and New York Times bestseller. She goes on to talk about some of the different strategies that she uses, such as moving to the United States or moving to Europe and joining social groups that required her to be more efficient with public speaking. And she also did a lot of befriending men to realize, or to try to figure out why necessarily women are seen in this light. She does a lot of open communication and open dialogues with people she doesn't agree with, but she has said that this has really helped her see things from other people's lenses and perspectives. So I think, going back to the communication thing, I definitely think it's important. I think it was kind of like a medium zone for me, but I think after seeing her and all the things that she has been through, and how communication has been the one thing that has completely changed her life and shaped her personality to this day, I think it's important that I start practicing that in my daily life, not only in leadership positions, but also, you know, with my siblings or my parents, anybody that I don't agree with. But so far, I have really liked this course, and I think it has definitely helped me see and be more specific to what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. Thank you.